Hi everybody, it's Keren here from tuppencecoloured.co.uk and thank you very much for joining me today. This is what I'll be making today. It's a little treat box. If I slide that out from its fancy wrapper here, this is the actual box itself. It's a very clever design. I didn't design it. Some much cleverer person than I did that. But if I just open it up, okay, my little treat is inside. Now, there is no adhesive used in the making of this box, so you could make a load of them up in advance and just store them flat like that, just pop them up when you wanted to. And for this size of box, you can actually get 4 of these out of one piece of A4, so very, very economical to make and a good way of using up your scraps. Stay with me. I'll show you how it goes together. So here's what I'm going to be using for the box. I've got a piece of powder pink card and it's 5 3/4 by 3 1/4. And for the wrap that goes around the outside, I've got a strip of Painted Love DSP, and I've picked this pattern which has got these gorgeous little gold foil hearts on, and I am going to be using that side, but the other side is pretty as well. And this is 1 3/4 by 6 inches. I'm going to use this stamp from Party Pandas, and I'm going to use Melon Mambo ink. I have 2 punches. I've got a 1 inch circle and a 3/4 inch circle. We put those out of the way, and I'm going to use some of our fine gold thread. Now this is my top tip for keeping this under control, and that is to put a bit of tape over the end of the thread, because otherwise it unravels and it gets everywhere. I've got some pieces from my my scrap box. I've got a piece of powdered pink, which I'm probably going to use to stamp on, and I may use a bit of Melon Mambo, I may use a bit of gold foil, I may use some of the same DSP that I'm using for the wrap. I've got some rich raspberry here that I could use, and I've got my little bag of pre-cut glittery and brushoweed embellishment. On the long side of my card, I'm going to score at 1 3/4, 2 1/2, 4 1/4, and at 5. And then I'm going to turn my card and I'm going to score it at 3/4 inch and 2 1/2 inches. Alright, so now I'm going to put my scoring board away. I'm going to keep hold of my stylus, and now I've got my ruler, and on this piece here, where I've got 1 2 3 4 of the small squares, I'm going to score some more marks, lines. Okay, now I'm placing my ruler from corner to corner, and I'm going to score from there to there and from there to there. So I'm putting score marks in the smaller squares, and I'm missing out that big one in the middle. And I'm going to do this carefully. Right, then I'm going to do the same for the opposite corner. Okay, so I'm not sure how well you can see that, but it's as if I was scoring an X across the middle of that big square there. I'm just not going all the way into the middle part. Alright, so that's the scoring done. And now I'm going to burnish with my bone folder, and the burnishing is what will help you get a good result. all my creases are in place, so now I'm just going to collapse the box by putting a bit of pressure onto those folds, and then I'm going to pop my treat inside, and now my lid comes over, and this bit, now I'm going to need to squish it a bit to get it to slip inside, and just push those together, and there is my little snug little box. I'm taking my piece of DSP and I'm going to wrap it around my box, and I'm going to start at the base, and I'm just kind of lightly making a mark with my fingers. Nothing too sharp, just where I meet the edges, because I want this to wrap around but not too tightly, because I want you to be able to do that. Okay, so that seems to be about right. Sorry about the chime there, I just got an email, I need to remember to turn that off. So I'm just going to put a bit of fast fuse when it cooperates, just along there, light touch and a flick, wrap that around, whoops, line them up, and there we are. Now I'm going to start the sentiment. I'm going to use this one, Love You, which is in Party Pandas, and Party Pandas is one of the sets that you can get for free in Celebration this year. You've got until the end of March to earn that, and I got the wood mounted set this time, so I haven't got to worry about clear blocks, and I've got a 3/4 of an inch circle punch, and I'm just centering that in my punch and just punch that out. Whoops, and that's now ready to go onto the front of my little box. I've punched some 1-inch circles out of scraps, so I've got the gold foil, Mellow Mambo, Rich Raspberry, and this is the painted with Love DSP, and I'm just going to play about a bit with the arrangement of these, and I don't think I'm going to use all of them. I'm just going to try and let me bring my box in, and I think that one goes at the back, then those two, then I've got Love You over the top, sort of like that, and I've got these, which are little hearts that I die cut out after I'd been playing with brush shows and some glitter, and yeah, I'm kind of liking that sort of arrangement, so I think we'll go with that. And on this one here, I'm going to put a bit of fast fuse along the back, and I've got my gold thread, so I'm going to, that's too big, so I'm going to wind a few loops around my fingers, just like, see, it doesn't want to behave. Okay, so I'm going to hold on to the end this time, that would be good. Okay, and I think that's enough. And I should put that out the way and put the tape back on it afterwards. Okay. Right, so now I've got some loops of gold thread, and I'm just going to pop those onto there, spread them out until they look like that. Okay, and stuck the ends away. Put that way you can see me doing it, would be good, wouldn't it? That would help. Thank you, Keren. Okay, so that can go onto my box just like that. Okay. So that one can go on there. Just put it on for fast fuse. use just about here, and I'm muttering away to myself as I'm doing this. So, yeah, sorry about that. Okay, and then Love You will go just there like that, and this one I'm going to put onto a dimensional, I think. A little mini dimensional goes in the middle there. I don't know what that is. That's a piece of something. Okay, how's that looking? Yeah. So let's have one of my little hearts in there as well. And let's pick one. Let's pick one that's got a bit more pink on it. Let's have that one. How do I want that to be? What do you think? Round about there? Yeah, why not? So we'll have a mini dimensional on this one as well. And there it is. I think it's time to step away from the box. There it is. There is my finished box with my sweet treat inside. If you want the measurements and the folding diagram for this box, then hop on over to my blog, because there is a folding diagram with measurements to make a box this size, and also to make one that is slightly bigger if you've got a slightly larger little gift that you're wanting to give. But that is it for today. Thank you very much for staying with me this far. Would love it if you came back and saw me again soon. But for now, bye bye.